My beloved child, listen closely to these words, for they have not come to you by accident. There are no coincidences in my divine plan, and it is by my hand that you are here now, reading this message. You have searched for answers, you have wondered about the strange feelings that have stirred in your heart, and now the truth is being revealed to you. Open your spirit to receive it, for what I am about to show you will change your understanding, will shift the foundation upon which you have stood. It is time to see what has been hidden, to understand what has been veiled in secrecy, for the time of exposure is now. For too long, you have lived under an illusion, thinking that those around you have harbored only goodwill toward you. You have been kind, you have been trusting, you have extended your hand in peace, believing that those you see every day have nothing but peace toward you in return. But I tell you today, my child, there is something that your spirit has sensed, something that you have unknowingly walked past, something that has been working against you without your knowledge. Your neighbor, the one who lives next to your house, the one you have smiled at, the one you have greeted without suspicion, has been watching you more closely than you realize. You have outsmarted them unknowingly, for while they plotted, I covered you. While they devised, I redirected their schemes. While they whispered against you, I drowned their words in the winds of my power. You have walked in divine protection, shielded by the prayers of the righteous, covered by the wings of my holy angels, preserved by my will. But you must understand, my child, that the battle you are in is not just of the physical world. It is spiritual. The forces that move against you do not come only in the form of men and women but are driven by unseen entities, by whispers in the night, by the enemy who seeks to see you stumble. He has placed those around you in positions meant to distract, to disrupt, to delay the blessings that I have in store for you. Your neighbor has been an instrument in this scheme, knowingly or unknowingly, and their actions have not gone unnoticed in the heavens. I have seen the moments when they have spoken against you. I have heard the conversations held behind closed doors, the jealous words, the bitter thoughts, the envy that has festered like a hidden wound. They have resented your light, for my favor upon you has become a mirror that reflects their own shortcomings. They have tried to undermine what I have built in you, but each time they have set a trap, I have made a way for you to escape it. You have outsmarted them not because you were aware, but because my hand has been upon you. But now, my child, it is time for you to be aware. It is time for you to see with spiritual eyes and understand that not everyone around you carries good intentions. Not everyone who smiles is sincere, not everyone who speaks kindly carries love in their heart. Your discernment must be sharp in this season, for the enemy is relentless, and he will seek new ways to deceive, to manipulate, to control. Archangel Michael has been sent to stand guard over you. He has warred in the spiritual realms on your behalf. The battles you have not seen, the threats you have not perceived, the dangers that have been turned away before they could ever reach you, it has been my power and the force of my angels that have preserved you. You are not alone, my child. Even in the moments when you have felt surrounded, when you have felt misunderstood, when you have sensed something was off but could not explain why, know that my forces have been at work for your sake. Your neighbor does not act alone. There are influences at play, forces that seek to use those closest to you as pawns in a greater scheme. Do not be naive. Do not let familiarity blind you. The enemy is subtle, and he works through those who do not even realize they are being used. That is why I am revealing this now. That is why I am bringing this into the light. For you must stand firm in truth, you must walk with wisdom, you must see what is hidden so that you may not be ensnared. Do not confront with anger. Do not move with fear. Walk in the power that I have given you. Pray for wisdom, and I will grant it. Ask for discernment, and your eyes will be opened. When you walk past that house, do not do so in ignorance. Cover yourself in prayer, for your presence is a disturbance to the forces that seek to dwell there. The enemy is unsettled by your presence, for you carry my light, and darkness cannot comprehend it. There have been things placed around you, items left near your home, words spoken into the air, all in an attempt to disrupt your peace. But my power is greater. Every weapon formed against you has already failed. Every curse spoken has already been broken. Every assignment of the enemy has already been cancelled. Walk in this knowledge. Walk in this confidence. You are covered by the Most High. I am calling you to a higher awareness, to a deeper level of understanding. This is not just about your neighbor. This is about the season you are entering. It is a season of exposure, a season where what has been hidden will be revealed. You will begin to see things differently. People you trusted will begin to show their true intentions. Situations that seemed normal will suddenly appear for what they truly are. Do not be alarmed. Do not let fear take root. I am revealing so that you may be prepared. And as you navigate this season, remain close to me. Seek me first in all things. When you are unsure, ask me, and I will answer. When you are weary, call upon me, and I will strengthen you. Do not be distracted by what others say or do. Keep your focus on the path I have set before you. You have outsmarted your neighbor unknowingly, but now you will move with knowledge, with wisdom, with awareness. I am with you, my child, and no force, no scheme, no enemy can prevail against what I have ordained. Stand firm, be strong, and know that you are protected, now and forever. Your Heavenly Father. My beloved child, from the moment of your birth, I have watched over you. Every breath you take, every step you walk, every thought that enters your heart is known to me. Nothing is hidden, nothing is beyond my sight. The heavens bear witness to all things, and the earth itself cries out with the weight of secrets buried beneath its soil. You have felt something stirring in your spirit, an unease that you cannot explain, a shadow that lingers just beyond your understanding. I have come to lift the veil, to expose what has been concealed, and to arm you with the wisdom and discernment you need to walk in the light. You have lived beside your neighbor for so long, believing that what you see is all there is, trusting in the surface of things, unaware of the deeper currents running beneath. You have spoken to them, exchanged pleasantries, shared moments that seemed simple, insignificant. But I tell you, my child, nothing is insignificant in the eyes of the Spirit. Every interaction, every word, every glance carries weight in the balance of truth and deception. And now, I reveal to you that your neighbor is not who they appear to be. Archangel Michael stands before you, the sword of truth blazing in his hand, ready to cut through the illusions that have surrounded you. There are things that have been whispered behind closed doors, things that have been plotted in secret, things that were meant to stay hidden from your understanding. But you, my chosen one, have outsmarted your neighbor unknowingly. You have moved with the guidance of the Spirit, made choices that seemed ordinary but were, in fact, divine strategies placed within you to protect you from harm. Your neighbor has watched you, studied you, measured your steps, hoping to find an opening, a weakness, a way to turn the tide against you. They have smiled in your presence but spoken differently when you were not around. Their words have not always been what they seemed, and their actions have carried intentions that you could not perceive. But what they did not realize is that my hand has been upon you from the beginning. Every plan formed against you has been undone before it could take root. Every curse spoken in secret has been overturned before it could manifest. There is a reason why you have felt an unseen force guiding you away from certain paths, why you have hesitated in moments where others would have rushed forward. There is a reason why doors have closed in your face, why opportunities that seemed perfect suddenly vanished, why relationships that appeared promising fell apart. These were not accidents, my child. These were my interventions, my hand steering you away from what was never meant for you, shielding you from what was meant to harm you. But now, the time of revelation has come. The whispers in the darkness must be brought into the light. The falsehoods must be exposed. You must see with your eyes what your spirit has already sensed. Your neighbor is not merely a person who lives beside you, they are part of a greater battle, a spiritual conflict that has been waged since the beginning of time. They are influenced by forces they do not even fully understand, moved by agendas that go beyond their own comprehension. And yet, despite their efforts, they have failed to harm you, because you are mine. You belong to me, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Do not be afraid. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. Stand firm, knowing that my angels encamp around you, that my presence goes before you, that nothing can stand against you unless you allow it. This is not a call to vengeance, not a command to retaliate, but a call to wisdom, to discernment, to vigilance. Know who walks beside you. Know who speaks into your life. Know the difference between those sent to uplift you and those sent to deceive you. Archangel Michael stands ready to battle on your behalf. The heavens are alert, and the forces of darkness tremble at the mention of my name. You are not alone in this. You have never been alone. Even in the moments when you felt abandoned, when you questioned my presence, when you wondered if I had forgotten you, I was there. I was watching, moving, shifting things in your favor, ensuring that the enemy's plans would never take root. Your neighbor, the one who has stood so close to you, the one who has smiled at you in passing, has carried thoughts and intentions that were not of love, not of peace, not of goodwill. But their plans have been dismantled. They have been left confused, wondering why nothing they attempt prospers, why every scheme turns to dust, why their words fall empty. It is because they did not realize they were fighting against my chosen one. They did not realize that the one they sought to deceive was guarded by the King of Kings. Now, you must walk forward in strength. Do not confront them in anger, do not repay deception with deception, do not allow your heart to be corrupted by the same forces that sought to ensnare you. Walk in righteousness, in clarity, in truth. Let your wisdom be a shield, your discernment a sword, and your faith a fortress that no darkness can penetrate. The revelation has come. The truth has been spoken. You now know what you could not see before. What you do with this knowledge will determine the path ahead. Choose wisely. Choose strength. Choose to stay in my presence, for I am your refuge, your protector, your eternal guide. You have outsmarted your neighbor unknowingly because I was the one guiding your steps. You have escaped the snares set before you because my angels lifted you beyond their reach. You have walked through fire and have not been burned because my presence surrounded you like a shield. Stay vigilant. Stay in prayer. Seek my voice above all others. And know that no matter what comes, no matter what is revealed, no matter how the enemy may try again, you are held securely in my hands. You are my beloved. You are my chosen. And you are victorious. This message is for you. Do not take it lightly. Do not dismiss it as mere words. The time has come to awaken, to see, to know, and to walk forward with unshakable confidence in my power and my plan for your life. The battle is already won. Walk in victory, my child, for you are mine, now and forever. My beloved child, the heavens have watched over you, the light has surrounded you, and the truth is now coming to the surface. I have seen what has been hidden, I have heard the whispers spoken in secret, and I now bring to you the revelation that will change your understanding forever. You have moved through life with a heart that is pure, with intentions that are just, and with faith that has carried you through storms. But even as you have walked in righteousness, there have been things happening around you that your eyes have not yet seen. There is one who lives close to you, one who has observed you, one who has watched you from near and yet remained unseen in the spirit. This one has spoken in ways that you would not expect, has acted in ways that contradict the face they show you, and has worked against you in ways you have not yet discerned. Your neighbor, the one who resides near you, the one who stands just a wall away, the one who exchanges greetings with you, has harbored thoughts, plans, and intentions that you would struggle to believe. I do not reveal this to you so that you may walk in fear, for fear is not of me. I do not speak this to bring hatred into your heart, for hatred is a weapon of the enemy. I speak this to bring light where darkness has attempted to dwell, to uncover what has been veiled, to expose the truth so that you may walk in wisdom and strength. You, my beloved, have unknowingly outsmarted this one. Without your knowledge, without your intention, your steps have been guided by my hand, and in following my path, you have bypassed the snares that were laid before you. There have been moments when their plans were whispered in the night, moments when their thoughts turned against you, moments when they sought your downfall, but every time, I was there. Every time, I redirected your steps. Every time, I shielded you from what was meant to harm you. What they thought would be your undoing became your elevation. What they thought would weaken you only made you stronger. What they sought to take away, I multiplied instead. You have outsmarted them, not by your own wisdom, but by my divine guidance. My child, I am revealing this now because the time has come for you to be aware. The time has come for you to stand with wisdom, to move with discernment, to understand that not every smile is filled with light, not every friendly word carries good intentions, not every hand extended in greeting is free from deception. But even in this, you must not let your heart be troubled. You must not allow bitterness to take root, for that is the strategy of the enemy, to turn revelation into a weapon against your own soul. But you are wiser than that, stronger than that. You are chosen, protected, and covered by my wings. There have been whispers in the spiritual realm about you, my child. The enemy has long sought to unravel what I have placed upon your life. There have been unseen meetings, unseen plans, unseen plots against you, but every time, I have overturned them. Every time, I have confused their tongues, scattered their plans, and turned their own traps against them. You did not even know, yet you walked past their snares untouched. You did not even hear their words, yet their curses turned to dust before they could reach you. You did not even see their shadows moving against you, yet I cast them away before they could stand before you. This is the power of my protection. This is the power of walking in the light. This is the power of being my chosen one. Your neighbor is not just a person who lives next to you. They are a representation of what lurks in the unseen realm, a sign of how the enemy operates, working through those who are close, seeking to strike from places that appear harmless, using the familiar to launch unexpected attacks. But hear this and hear it well: what they planned will not stand. What they thought would shake you will fall apart. What they built in secrecy will be torn down in my justice. For I am a God who sees all, who knows all, who cannot be deceived, who cannot be mocked. And my justice is swift, my judgment is sure, and my hand is mighty in power. Do not be afraid. Do not be shaken. Walk forward with confidence, knowing that you have already won battles you did not even know were fought. Hold your head high, knowing that you have already walked through fire and did not even feel its heat. Stand firm, knowing that the victory was given to you before the battle even began. For I am with you, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. I am with you, and every tongue that rises against you shall be silenced. I am with you, and no darkness can overpower my light. Your neighbor thought they had the advantage. They thought they could manipulate, deceive, and move unseen. But they did not realize that I was watching. They did not realize that I was recording. They did not realize that I was writing their every action in the book of justice. And now, the scales are tipping. Now, the veil is lifting. Now, the exposure begins. Watch and see, my child, how I bring to light what was done in darkness. Watch and see how I turn the tables, how I shift the balance, how I make clear what was once hidden. You will not have to fight this battle with your hands. You will not have to speak a word in defense. For I am your defender, I am your shield, I am your avenger, and I will handle what needs to be handled. What is coming will be undeniable. What is unfolding will leave no room for doubt. You will see with your own eyes the manifestation of my justice. You will witness the truth rising to the surface. You will watch as those who sought to undermine you are left in confusion, as their own actions turn against them, as the very pit they dug swallows them instead. This is my doing, and no one can undo it. This is my word, and it will not return void. But my child, in the midst of all this, I ask you to keep your heart pure. Do not let anger take hold. Do not let vengeance drive you. Do not let bitterness steal your joy. For I am the God of justice, but I am also the God of mercy. If your neighbor repents, if they turn from their ways, if they seek truth instead of deception, then extend them the same grace I have extended to you. Be wise, be discerning, but do not be consumed by hatred. For I desire redemption, even for those who once walked in darkness. Stay close to me, my beloved. Keep your spirit aligned with my voice. Do not be distracted by what is exposed, but focus on where I am leading you. Greater things are ahead. More revelations are coming. The enemy has tried, but he has failed. You are stepping into a new season, a season where you will walk with greater authority, where your eyes will see more clearly, where your spirit will discern more sharply. I have chosen you, I have protected you, and I have revealed this to you so that you may walk in wisdom and in power. What was meant to break you has only made you stronger. What was meant to confuse you has only made you wiser. What was meant to harm you has only elevated you. And now, you rise. Now, you walk forward. Now, you step into the fullness of who you were created to be. Your neighbor thought they were watching you, but all along, I was watching them. And now, the truth is known. The exposure has begun. And justice will be done. I am with you always. Your Heavenly Father and Archangel Michael.